So you may have seen some of these Twix commercials. This one's called All Nighter. And in between the two factories here, we got, what's that? The moon rising up above the two. If you know anything about ancient symbolism or religion, you already know what that is indicative of. But let's go beyond that. Here's another Twix commercial. Now, one way to look at this is these commercials are about voting, okay? They're trying to get you to vote for either the left Twix or the right Twix. And you can take this as an analogy of our modern democratic process. Left, Democrat, versus the right, Republican, right? So let's get an example of some of the quote-unquote tricks that they'll use, because really both sides are the exact same. If you've seen any of these commercials, you know that they're the exact same. That's the whole gag, is that the left bar is the same as the right bar. Who are you going to vote for when they're the same, right?
Which Twix do you prefer?
Which Twix do you prefer? And then he holds a giant arrow pointing to one that he wants him to pick.
So you chose the left Twix?
No, the right one.
Ah, I tricked you. I reversed the plate. You chose the left Twix.
Again, that right there is indicative of voting, rigging the elections and such. Oh, we'll just switch it around. And again, to prove that they're both the same side, left Democrat, right Republican, or even however you want to look at this, the red versus the blue, or good in the world versus the evil. This has many, many different connotations. Just that it's about polarity, but we're using this in this particular example just to refer to the elections. And we've probably seen this commercial before, the factory tour, right, where this guy is giving a tour to a group of tourists, and he's explaining the differences between the left factory and the right factory. And he keeps saying that their factory is better.
Consistent taste. Right Twix has the same thing.
And that's what happens when you go ahead and talk. That is what happens. You'll see. Go ahead. Talk to a Democrat about the Republicans, or talk to the Republicans about the Democrats. See what happens. That's the kind of attitude that they have. Shut the fuck up. Right? And here, last little bit that I'm going to show you, because I can't show you all these commercials. They're all fucking awesome, actually, to be honest with you, when you deal with, like I said, with the symbology behind them all. And this commercial is talking about these two guys here, and they're talking about, again, the differences between the left Twix factory and the right Twix factory. Okay? And here, this is what they say is the difference. They're like, can you have friends? And then this guy here is saying, we could be friends, but the only reason we're not is because we do things on different nights, and I work over here at this factory, just we haven't run into each other, right? But listen to what he says, because you got to apply this to more than in life than just voting and Twix candy bars.
We do karaoke every Friday night. It's great. I think Right Twix does it Saturday night.
So they do it Friday night. And the beginning of the traditional Sabbath is Friday night, and it goes all the way over to Saturday night, which would then begin the next day for the next group to come in. So you get it, these guys who are worshiping Saturn, hence the whole day of Saturday is their day. A little bit confusing from this commercial, but then you have the Christians, if you want to represent it as that, are the ones that celebrate on Sunday. So they start theirs at Saturday night. back to this commercial. Let's see if I can find a good spot, because it's very there's symbolism in the background as well. Can you see this? The Twix logo. Now here we have the X. Okay. And if you look at the old Twix logos, they weren't like that. So this is that. Like they're purposely doing that. It's because as things continue to unveil in this time here, they're becoming more and more open about their agenda. Still not completely open, but... And then we have this. Again, this is a newer part of the design of the logo. This was not there 10, 20 years ago. This little double, what's supposed to be a Twix bar, but could be likened to the pillars or the towers, twin towers. And speaking of the twin towers, what is this? The Twix, right? Which is referring to twin. And we only have one X here, but I'm pretty sure that we know what the hell that means. Okay, whether it's an actual logo of a certain entity, Saturn, or it's a type of hex that is a subliminal image, or an image that carries a subliminal power over you. Whatever it might be, just these are some interesting commercials that I think if you were to watch just a couple, and you take in mind when I'm saying that this is about the left Democrat versus the right Republican, you'll understand that what this is talking about
Would you like
a lot. And if you really want to, you can check out some of the older commercials and get an idea about the history of certain religious secret society brotherhoods. Just one last little thing here. This is what these commercials are showing you how the voting system works. Check this out. He asked her to try this one.
Ready for the right Twix?
Okay. Yummy.
Careful. Be very...
Well, you know, I'm not putting my hand in there, right?
So now that's exactly how it works, okay? They show you the one and be like, oh, isn't that great? And then they'll show you their opponent and say, oh, look, he's horrible, he's stinky. Ooh, you want some of that? And it could also mean just a little bit deeper, telling you that, look, it's a trap. It's all a fucking trap. But I still like to look at it as like I said, they're putting down their enemies and, talking theirs up. Or you could also look at it as a trap. I think that there's many messages being layered on top of one another. And not just in commercials, but all through life. That's the way life works. You don't just walk around, right? You also are breathing. Your blood is circulating through your body, and electrical impulses are going on in your brain, and you're blinking, and there's other stuff going on that you're just not even thinking about, and yet those are going on at the same time that you're walking around listening to headphones or something, right? So your body itself is doing like 10, 20 different fucking things at once, right? Trying to separate all the sensory input it's getting, everything, right? Hearing different noises, ignoring background noise that might not be important. It's doing all kinds of shit, and yet all you really think that you're doing is just walking from one side of the room to the other to get, a drink or something to eat. Or something, you're going to the kitchen. But again, you're doing all kinds of shit. Your heart's beating, you're breathing, everything. The point being that this commercial here is more than just try our Twix bar. And it's more than just voting Democrat or Republican. And it's even more than just good and bad in life, like evil and the different sides. Anyway, I think you figure it out. I had to use this shitty camera instead of the better quality because, again, I'm not trying to get in trouble for copyright and yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. Ooh, look at that. Ain't that nice? Woo!